It's week 10, everyone, and welcome to the Sharp Squares podcast with the ambassador David Eby and Greg Roth. This is yours truly, Eric Glazer. And here we go. Week 9, the Sharps back to the losing ways, 40.5% versus the number. Medal games were 2-2. Our pick 5, 3-2. I think that's our sixth straight winning week. Algorithm keeping us above water. 3-2-1. We weren't as lucky. 1-2. A Texas game still hurts. 2 of 6 of the points earned. All right, we are hovering around.
Is it too early, Eric, to say that we are in the, we're in the mix in that 3-2-1 pool? Like, we're in contention. I don't know the stats, or am I jinxing it?
You're jinxing it.
Sorry.
Keep it on the show. We're hovering around. I think everyone's having a tough season. We're right there, grinding away with the rest of the market. And you know what? Let's see how we're going to grind this week, Greg. And in a moment, you're going to provide us all that information. So, gold, silver, bronze, and everyone's favorite fellow degenerate, the aforementioned Greg Roth.
Eric, thank you so much, Ambassador. It's great to see you. Our first show in November, you can feel the air getting cooler. But our sharps might be warming. I have a feeling, or they might not. I have a feeling there's going to be some unhappy people with some of these picks.
It's awful. It's awful.
Number 1 is Eric Glazer. I don't think he likes the picks, and he hasn't even heard them yet. I haven't even provided them. There are 5 medal games to be unhappy about. 5. There's none of them are gold. There are 2 silver games. There are 3 bronze games. The top-rated game. Who could be the team on the board that our sharps have selected for us to be the number 1 pick this week? I don't think you'd guess it, because it is the New Orleans Saints. They're plus 5.5. They're traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Man, oh man, do I want to watch that game. Fabian Summer, Cleve TA, and Adam Chernoff all picked New Orleans. Nobody picked Carolina, who had a nice win against Green Bay last week. The second silver game, the pick. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You could live with that, I think. Guys, minus 2.5. They're hosting the New England Patriots. Adam Chernoff, Jeff Schwartz, Sharper Square Podcast, Kelly Stewart, Todd Wishnev all picked Tampa Bay. RJ Bell does like Drake May and the Patriots. 3 bronze games. The top-rated bronze game. You're going to have to watch it with your eyes covered, I think. The pick, it's the Miami Dolphins. They're plus 9.5. Luckily, they're at home to take on the Buffalo Bills. There'll be a few bags over some faces in that stand. Rob Pizzola, Cleve TA, Todd Wishnev all picked Miami. Nobody, which seems surprising to me, wanted to lay 9.5 with Buffalo.
We're going to need that back door unlocked and propped.
The second bronze game, the picks the Minnesota Vikings. They're plus 4. They're hosting the Baltimore Ravens. That's an interesting game. Marty Herney, RJ Bell, Gil Alexander all picked Minnesota. Nobody likes Baltimore with Lamar Jackson back in the lineup for the second week in a row. The third bronze game, the last medal game, the pick. It's the Los Angeles Rams. They're minus 3.5. They're in San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Adam Chernoff, Mackenzie Rivers, Cleve TA all picked the Rams. There was dissent on this game on the 49ers from Chris Raybon and Ross Tucker. So, no goal games. You have the Saints at plus 5.5 and Buccaneers at minus 2.5 are silver. The Dolphins at plus 9.5, the Vikings at plus 4, and the Rams at minus 3.5 are all bronze. 5 medal games. Pick 5, very simple. Saints, Buccaneers, Dolphins, Vikings, and Rams. 3-2-1. Simple, right? Right down the line. Saints top-rated game at 3. Buccaneers second-rated. And the Dolphins are our 1-point game. That's it.
I hate these picks. And if that's all you're looking for, you're now all dismissed. But if you want to stick around, we got some cool trends, and we've got the handicapping highlights for a few of these games. So you could hear some of the rationale behind the train wreck that will be. All right, here we go. Take us away, Dr. Ambassador. Is that possible? You could be a doctor and an ambassador? No.
It is possible.
You have to go to school for like 9 years for that.
Right, a long time. A lot of studying for that. Hey, Eric, and of course, Greg. Our first trend has to do with the steam being against you. That's an ATS buy signal. This is from Evan Abrams. When the spread moves from the opening to closing line away from a team, for example, plus 7.5 to plus 9 or minus 5 to minus 3, they are 62, 41, and 4 ATS. That's 60.2% over the last decade. During trade deadline week, which this is, and including 41, 25, and 3 ATS, which is 62.1%, when they are listed as underdogs, and when those teams have a winning percentage of 33% or less on the season entering the week, they are 15 and 9 ATS, 62.5%. Hope you caught all that.
A little more simple, cut in black and white trend. The Lions on a bounce back. Off a loss, Goff and Campbell are 21 and 8 ATS, including 12 straight up ATS wins since November 1st, 2022. This is the longest streak of its kind in the last 30 years. Compliments of the Action Network. So Sunday Night Football, folks, if you're looking for it, Lions at the Eagles. Trend speaks for itself.
The third trend has to do with Mike Shanahan and Sean McVay. Underdog gold is what it's being called. This again from Evan Abrams. In the 49ers and Rams matchups since 2019, the underdog is unbelievably perhaps 13 and 1 ATS. Shanahan is 8 and 0 against the spread as the dog versus McVay. And of course, the Rams are favored up in San Francisco this weekend. I think the current spread is 4.5, although for our contest purposes, it's 3.5. So go with the Niners.
Last trend I'm going to hold off for our first, our highest rated game, Greg. So I'm going to hold that off for you and your handicapping highlights.
Our top rated game, silver, the Saints. They're plus 5.5 in Carolina. We just have a brief handicapping highlight section on this one. Fabian Summer, he says that Panthers laying nearly 6 points is unjustified. That kind of makes sense to me. He mentions the Saints faced a brutal schedule. They've been very competitive in tough matchups. Last week's Panthers win against the Packers was weather aided. Rob Pizzola, he expects a slow-paced physical game, and the matchup favors defensive attrition. So that's why Rob Pizzola likes the plus 5.5 in this case.
And the trend that I teed you up for.
Oh, I thought you were going to read it.
Oh, wow.
But I can read it. Panthers are favored again. Panthers are minus 5.5. That is a big line. By the way, the Panthers haven't won or covered in the spread in a game, regular postseason they were favored in since September of 2021. 4 full years. They've lost 10 straight up and against the spread as a favorite. That is the longest straight up losing streak for any team as a favorite since the 1970 merger. Wow. Eric, does that trend make you hate this pick as much? Maybe now you will bet the Saints on the money line. Forget the plus 5.5. Take the money line. Isn't that what that trend is telling you?
We're not covering that game. Second silver game, Bucks minus 2.5, hosting the Patriots. Tampa Bay's got a post-bye edge and a health boom. Jeff Schwartz says Tampa off a bye week is healthier on the offensive line with Wirfs and the right tackle returning. That's Tristan Wirfs. Expect a refocused, motivated response after an embarrassing Detroit loss. Hurney adds that Todd Bowles' pressure packages will confuse rookie Drake May. Chad and Simon echo Bowles' schematic edge, expecting Baker Mayfield's healthier to be healthier and sharper. Both note the Patriots' 6-game win streak is as fluky as any, with many one-score escapes. They are primed for a regression. Speaking of regression, the next kind of grouping here that our sharps kind of went with the Bucks, why they went with the Bucks. Patriots offensive regression and May's potential sophomore vulnerabilities, second-year vulnerabilities to BPC. Patriots offensive line vulnerable to Bowles blitz packages. RJ Bell adds that Gonzalez's return aids New England secondary, but Tampa's wide receiving injuries may keep the total low, prefers team total and the underlook. Tampa pressure likely dictates the game flow. The Patriots capped unless May exceeds expectations. Timestamps for this game, the GM shuffles at 37 minutes, 59 seconds. Sharper Square, 22 minutes, 32 seconds. Bet On It covers this game at 31 minutes, 45 seconds. And the Dream Preview, 1 hour, 14 minutes, 10 seconds.
Okay, one of our bronze games is the Vikings +4 versus the Ravens. The pick is the Vikings. The consensus handicap highlights go something like this. First of all, there's a market overreaction, which is giving us line value on Minnesota. RJ Bell says that the line inflated from -3 to -4, despite Minnesota's quarterback upgrade with J.J. McCarthy. He says a fair number is closer to -2. Marty Herney says the Vikings are very resilient, noting that the return of Christian Darrisaw and Andrew Van Ginkel will restore balance. Both RJ and Marty highlight Baltimore's overreaction from the prior week's blowout win over Miami. And RJ adds that Brian Flores' defensive history versus Lamar Jackson creates a schematic edge. He notes that Flores, while with Miami, beat Lamar and the Ravens 22-10. The second grouping of highlights is coaching and scheme edge for Minnesota. Brian Flores' defensive blueprint is known for confounding Lamar Jackson. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Oh, yeah, I said it 5 seconds ago. And Kevin O'Connell's offensive design will be capitalizing on McCarthy's dual threat mobility, which adds unpredictability to the Minnesota offense. Herney praises Vikings coaching and resilience, expecting them to neutralize Baltimore's front seven physicality. And finally, the Vikings coaching and preparation provides ATS stability even against Baltimore's talent. And finally, the third set of themes for this handicapping highlight: total and game flow correlation. If you're interested in over-under betting, RJ Bell and Drew Dinsick favor a slower-paced game. Both offenses likely rely on sustained drive. Dinsick's models total around 46 for this game. The market is 49.5. That supports the under correlation with the Vikings plus points. And Stuckey expects the Ravens' early edge, but a low-scoring finish. Timestamps: Dream Preview, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 12 seconds. GM Shuffle, 48 minutes, 5 seconds. Deep Dive, 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 41 seconds. And the Action Network, 38 minutes and 37 seconds.
You handled that well. All right. Great job to everyone. Great job. I don't do this enough, but like the production crew that gets this show ready for us just carries us. Besides the knuckleheads that I call my co-hosts, Patrick McQuillan leads the way. We got Eric Schultz, Scotty Vick, John Koof, Toby Baldwin, Tony Sperano, all you guys, Sammy the Bull, Gerber, Sammy, not the Bull, Haldeman. Thanks to everyone who produces the show. Some of the guys I probably forgot are Canadian, Corey Como. But listen, as great as those guys are, none of them are truly sharp. But this is your Sharp Squares podcast.
Good luck out there.